Did you get whatever you wanted, or did you have to work for
I
it?
had to work for it.
How so?
Well, like when I was youngster, about 10, I used to go out shoe shining. That was going to taverns and shining shoes of people sitting in the tavern for a nickel to shine. And then I got a little older. I started carrying beer from a tavern to a gentleman's house. He used to work in the basement making piano keys. And when he was hungry, I used to run over and get him a sandwich. And that's how I made a nickel or a dime, depending where I had to go. And then I got older. Oh, when I got older, I used to sell newspapers in front of the church. I was about 14 years old. I sold a newspaper in front of the church and I used to get 10 cents for doing that all for 6 hours.
Did you own a telephone in your house growing up?
Yeah, they had one in. I was about 14 when they got one. That was only because they had a business in the front. They had a store, and they used to sell nylon stockings. Nylon stockings were first came out for ladies. They sell nylon stockings, and they used to sell to make beer, molten hops to make beer, and they used to rent out these machines to crush grapes and make wine and all that good stuff.
Do you know what an iPhone or an iPad is?
Okay, I'm not sure what the iPhone means. I know what the cell phone means, but I don't know the difference between a cell phone and an iPhone.
Okay, so you know what an iPad is?
Yeah, iPad, like I said, I think it's like a small computer. You can play games on it and watch movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now,
Do you think you could
no.
make it nothing?
I
What if you?
I wouldn't know how to use it. Period.
Okay. No. Would you say technology has changed the social values of the younger generations today?
Has it changed the value?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think because everything is available on the iPad or the phone, and any information you got before. They used to have dictionaries to look up a word. Now you go look on the iPhone, whatchamacallit, and you find any words you want or find an explanation of any information you want. Yeah. You don't even have to use a phone book anymore, right? No, that's what I said. That's so making it so different for young people.
So would you say when you grew up, things were more difficult than...
Did I what?
Would you say that it was more difficult for you to grow up than how kids nowadays have it?
Let's put it this way. I think it's more difficult for children now to grow up in this much as there's so much things that they have to learn, to do. It's like where they have to learn how to do the computer. You have to do your homework and everything on the computer. Years ago, we were given a book to take home and everything had to be written out. All our homework had to be written out. As you get older now, you do it on the computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's simpler, but I mean, you have to, know what to do. Do it.
Try to compare the young version of yourself to a child today.
Compare myself? Well, it was much simpler. I don't think I had the problem some of the children have now, unless their parents are able to give them everything they need.
Okay.
Have the ice delivered to your house for a quarter or 35 cents if you want a bigger piece. But I used to have to take my coaster wagon and run, not walk, run almost a half a mile away to what they call the coal yard, where they sold coal and ice. and I'd get it for 15 cents to save a dime. I had to carry it. And if I'd come home and it was melted, I got 3 whacks across the head. Wham, bam, crash. You have to go back and get another piece of ice, and this time it better not melt. So there's the difference, yeah. They used to deliver milk. They used to deliver milk to the house, and it was brought by a guy with a horse and wagon. You sell fruit and vegetables, a peddler. In fact, my father was a peddler. He had a horse and wagon. He used to go peddling fruit and vegetables. So times were a lot different than they are now. Mm-hmm. People now order stuff like the pea pod. Or, you see, they buy your stuff and they deliver it right to your house and all that. So big difference in times.
Can you think of any other? Can you think of any other examples?
Well, okay, for example, when I first got married, I was living for 10 years. I was living in a rented apartment. I paid $20 a month rent, and we had a little oil stove. I had to carry up 5 gallons of oil every day. I was on the second floor. They carry from the basement, and oil stove was real sooty. Make everything coated with soot all over. We have to wash the walls and ceiling once a month. That's how bad it was. Because we couldn't afford a real good stove. I mean, it was a second-hand stove we bought from somebody. That's when now people go and press a button on the wall and they got heat or they got air conditioning, you know. That's the difference. I used to have to go down to heat water in the little coal stove. I used to burn wood and garbage to get heat water just in a metal tank, and there was enough. If I kept the fire going for 4 or 5 hours, I had enough maybe water to take a bath, but you only could put maybe that much water in the tub.
When you look at younger siblings, would you say technology has affected the way they grow up compared to the way you grew up?
Yes.
How so?
Because they spend all of their time on iPads, and they don't like to go outside, and they don't get disciplined. It is true. And they don't do chores. What else?
So when you were a kid, did you play outside a lot?
Yes.
And now that you have a phone, are you outside as much?
No.
Exactly. Okay, ready? Aiden, put your Nintendo away.
No. Yeah. I know you're gonna be laughing at school.
Put your Nintendo away.
No. I know you're gonna be laughing.
Put your Nintendo away.
I'll be upstairs.
Okay. Do mom and dad give you whatever you want, or do you have to work for it?
I had to work for it.
How so?
Do chores and all that. Be good.
Okay. How old were you when you got your first iPad?
My first
iPod.
last Christmas. Oh, my iPod.
Sure.
When I was 6 or 7.
Do you have a cell phone?
Mhm.
How old are you?
9.5. I'm turning 10 on June 2nd.
Okay. If I gave you a cell phone, would you be able to take a picture on it? Do you think you can try?
I could try. I mean, I want pictures on the phone. But when I'm doing what do I do?
Just take a picture on it.
Just do it.
You get it? Good job. You passed. Why do you like technology so much?
You can play games on it, and I like phones because you could like it has free Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
You can take it out.
What do you think you would do if you lived in a world without technology?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe I would play outside and play like regular board games or something.
Bridget. How do you like talking to new people? Are you comfortable?
Shy.
You're shy? Is it easier to meet people online or in person?
Online.
Why?
Because like when I like meet them, I could say like now since I like know them good, I could just like say, do you want to play?
Okay.
Or it's kind of easier in person. Probably not online.
Okay. Do you think there's anything wrong with technology? Are there any dangers to it?
Yeah.
How? Or what?
Like if you go on the internet, and you're like texting to the person who you don't know or anything.
Well, didn't you just say it was easy to meet people online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you, it's kind of easier in person though.
How? Didn't you say you feel awkward in person?
Kinda.
So it's
You
easier.
get confused.
Well, no, it's so you're saying it's easier to meet people online, but it's just more dangerous because you don't really know who they are.